Going to briefly explain what this function does. So the function is going to convert an infix string notation to a postfix string notation. Its argument is the original string in which we are expecting an infix expression. We're going to allocate a stack of character type. We're going to name it S, and we're going to create a holder variable of string type that's going to store our postfix expression at the end of this function. So for that, we're going to iterate through the string and evaluate every character that makes up that string. If the character that we come across is a digit, then we are going to go ahead and add it to our postfix string. Else, if the operator or the character that we happen to see is an opening parentheses, then we push it into our stack. Else, if it's a closing parentheses, we have to make sure if the stack itself is not empty and if it's not the opening parentheses. If these two arguments are valid, then we're going to go ahead and add the top of the stack into our postfix expression and then pop that value that was at the top of the stack. And then eventually, if the while loop is running, once we are out the stack, that means we have reached one of these conditions, the negation of these conditions. Either the top is equal to the opening parentheses or the stack is empty. Thus, if it happens to be this expression where it's opening parentheses, then we're going to pop the opening parentheses. And that's what that while loop does. So now we're here in this else statement. In this else statement, this is for the case where if there's another operator other than the ones that we evaluated at the beginning of this function. We are making sure if the stack is not empty, and if the priority of the character of the string is less or equal to that of the character that's at the top of the stack. And if so, we're going to go ahead and add it to our postfix expression and then pop it. And once we pop that, then we can push in the expression the character that's in the string, the original string, and then we can push that into the stack of operators. And so now we've reached the end of this. We're going to go ahead and empty out the rest of the operators that are inside this stack, and then we're going to go ahead and concatenate them into our postfix expression that we declared earlier, and then eventually pop all those elements from the stack until it's empty. And then thus now we have our postfix expression.